And that's something that I want you to celebrate. And I want you to tell yourself that you're amazing for. That's what I want you to do this Monday after Mother's Day as you kind of go into this week. Hey, sweet mama, welcome back to another episode of Mom in Process. And I just want to start out by saying happy Mother's Day to you. I know that it's Monday. Yesterday was Mother's Day, but I still want to acknowledge your amazingness, acknowledge your special day. And I hope that all of you, each and every one of you, was able to do something special for yourself or something special with your family, even if it was breakfast in bed made by your children. I just think that those little things, those little moments are sometimes all we need to fill our hearts and just give us that space to appreciate this role that we're in, this opportunity that we have chosen and been given in life to embrace motherhood. And what I want to talk about today is the challenge of this role and the opportunity to become ourselves in this role. And I want to start this conversation out with a quote that is in this book that I have that I absolutely love. Sometimes I just pull this book out just for inspiration. I actually got this book from my mother-in-law. It's called Motherhood 55 Reflections on What It Means to Be a Mom. And the illustrations in here are beautiful. If you can see, if you're watching on YouTube, absolutely beautiful. I just love this book. And I actually always keep it right here, right behind me on the table, unless I'm featuring a special guest and I have their books up. But this is a book that I just love to flip open and find motherhood inspiration in and quotes in. I think it's a really great way for things like this are really great ways for us to have gentle reminders, have some inspiration and some motivation when we maybe don't always have it as to our purpose and our goal behind what we're doing as mothers. And as I was flipping through here, getting ready to do this recording, I didn't really intend on using one of these. I was just sitting here taking a breath and taking a breather and just kind of getting my mind right before I speak to you. And this quote was one of them I turned to, and I just kept thinking about it and I keep reflecting on it. And I want to just elaborate on it a little bit. And the quote says, "Motherhood is the most challenging as well as the utmost satisfying vocation in this world." And I love that they call it a vocation in this quote. This quote is by Nita and Bonnie, and I'll read it one more time. "Motherhood is the most challenging as well as the utmost satisfying vocation in this world." And I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. And this quote is for working moms, work at home moms, stay at home moms, anybody, any mom, anybody who is in motherhood, and stepmoms, anybody who has come into this role of mother, this title of mother. If their children aren't theirs, maybe they're their stepchildren, because it is still so challenging. And you are saying yes. You are saying yes to this challenge of motherhood and this vocation of motherhood. And one of the other quotes in here, I'm not going to pull it up and read it, but it talks about the mother is born when the child is born. Before the child is born, it's a woman. After the child is born, you're now a mother. And once that child is born, the mother is born. And you're saying yes to this challenge. You are saying yes to this vocation, and you are welcoming this challenge. And Brad said something the other day, and the way he articulated it, it really, really rang true for me. We were actually talking about boys, and if we were ever to have a boy, how would he feel about that after raising daughters, just to give you a little bit of background information. And he said that is a challenge that I would welcome. And I thought, I love how he articulated that. First of all, it just made my heart like swell because it was so beautiful for him to say that. But also, it had me thinking about my role as a mother, even just with daughters, but my role as a mother in general, just this acceptance of the challenge. This is a challenge I am willing to accept. This is a challenge I'm willing to take on. And now a full-time mom, as a full-time mom, I take on 100% of that challenge. With the exception of when Brad's around, I understand that. But for the most part, when we think about mothers and the full-time mom, we are taking on that challenge and that vocation 100%. We are saying yes to the fact that we, by ourselves primarily, we have our spouses too, I know that, but I'm saying we don't have the help of daycare. We don't have the help of the additional village outside of our home. We are saying yes to the sole responsibility of raising our children, taking care of our homes, and managing our households. And that's a really big deal. And that's something that I want you to celebrate. And I want you to tell yourself that you're amazing for. That's what I want you to do this Monday after Mother's Day, as you kind of go into this week and reset and prepare for this whole next week. Is I want you to feel that empowerment. I want you to feel the strength that you have because you said yes. You are in this role, you are in this vocation, and you've accepted this challenge of motherhood, especially as the stay-at-home mom, the full-time mom. You have accepted this challenge, and I want you to take the bull by the horns with this challenge and give it all you've got and do the best job that you possibly can, because it is amazing to witness. It is life-giving for yourself as you continue to blossom into this journey of motherhood. Now, in that quote that I was saying earlier, I didn't quote it exactly, but it's how the mother is born when the child is born. And the thing is it's not that you've just arrived all of a sudden and you're never changing. The idea behind motherhood is that it's constantly changing. You're constantly re-blossoming, you're constantly growing and evolving and changing and improving and all of these things. And again, that's part of the challenge. That's part of the vocation that we talked about in the first quote. That's part of accepting this role and this identity, this portion of your identity of motherhood, of the full-time mom. And I want you to embrace that. I want you to, like I said, grab that bull by the horns and give it all you've got as you go forward and raise these children, raise these humans, because we need you. Society needs you. I need you. Your community needs you. The world needs mothers. The world needs you to be willing to accept this challenge. And when you accept that challenge, you don't sit back, stagnantly and just let things happen and see how it plays out. When you accept a challenge, you take a proactive, active role in that challenge. You take action within that proactively. Instead of waiting to see what happens to you, you're the one that takes that first step forward. What can I do better? What can I do differently? How can I improve on this? How do I better communicate with my children? How do I better manage my household? All of these things. It is up to you to fully embrace that challenge and what that responsibility means. It seems heavy. It does seem like a lot, and it's supposed to be. That's the whole point, is that it's a challenge. It's always going to be challenging. Forever, motherhood will be challenging because you'll never have it 100% figured out. I don't care if you have one kid or 10 kids, you will never have it completely figured out because it's always evolving and it's always shifting. But I am so proud of you for taking on this challenge, accepting this challenge, understanding that motherhood is your vocation. And this is so empowering when we look at it like this. We look at it like a career. We approach it as a career because it gives us the opportunity to put our best foot forward. It gives us the opportunity to wake up every single day and work hard. It gives us the opportunity to wake up every single day and do our very best with each opportunity that we've been given, because the moments that we have them at home with us, the moments that they are in our lives every single day, are so fleeting, especially if your children are going to be going to school outside of the home, especially if you are not choosing to homeschool. Those moments are fleeting. They are gone by, sometimes the age of 4. Sometimes they start preschool even earlier, and then they are out of the house. Those moments that they are home with you full time all day are small, are minimal, and they're fleeting. Now, I want you to embrace this time the best that you can, in the best way that you can, which is everything that we're talking about within this community. It's empowering you to understand this vocation. It's empowering you to understand it is challenging, but I want to provide you with the tools and the resources to fulfill this role in the best way that you possibly can. And I hope that this community is helping you. I hope these conversations are helping you, and these experts that we're bringing on the show, I hope they're helping you as well gain new perspectives, gain more knowledge, better equip us to, like I said, put our best foot forward in raising that future generation, because it is a vocation. It is a challenging vocation, and it will forever be challenging. And I'm so proud of you for being up for the challenge. And if you understand that motherhood is a challenge and it is a vocation, then every single day, even on that bad day, you can say, it is challenging. I understand that. And this is one of the most challenging times, but I can get through it because I've accepted this challenge, and I am a strong, independent woman who's accepted and embraced this challenge and this vocation of motherhood. So I'm going to go forth into my days. I'm going to go forth into this role, and I'm going to do the best job that I possibly can, even on the shitty days, even on the days that I am struggling. I am going to wake up every single day, and I'm going to put another foot forward, and I'm going to keep putting one foot in front of the other, and I'm going to keep working towards this challenge and doing what I can within this role. So happy Mother's Day, one day late. To all of my sweet mama listeners out there, I appreciate all of you. You're doing incredible work. I'm so grateful for you. And this community is grateful for you. And the world is so grateful for this challenge that you've taken on and this role that you've accepted. So thank you so much for listening today, sweet mamas. I look forward to talking to you all again very soon.